All right, guys, thank you very much to Belfast City Council, supported by T-Buck through Northern Executive, for our Drive Forward initiative through the Interface Project, which was all about engagement and tackling sectarianism and racism. This is our video evaluation. I know when you were sending the forms, you were read through them, etc., but we just want to go that one step further just to show our appreciation and to just highlight the impact that this project had. Our fundamental aim when we set out to deliver the project was Girdwood as a shared space. That is everything we've been doing since 2015. It's about celebrating Girdwood as a safe space, a shared space, an accessible space, an open space, and to celebrate it for the purpose of which it was built. Supported by Belfast City Council, the Executive Office, and the Super European Development Fund. We also aligned with what the Belfast Interface Project was about, and that was tackling sectarianism and racism. And the method that we adopted is we used Girdwood, and we've done a number of sessions which were based around mental health and emotional well-being and the advancement of good relations. And this allowed us to engage men who would often have been forgotten, those affected by addiction, incarceration, trauma of the troubles here, and trauma of the troubles in other countries in which they reside and they've escaped from war-torn countries. And what we found was that basically this all pertained to working specifically with men with mental health issues. Now, our format was very sort of structured in terms of based on accessible space. So there was the days where we had the youth space, which is sort of a more dialogue based space where we went in. We had conversations about our cultures, the challenges we faced, and the solutions. And what we found very early was that men who have been rock bottom all share that experience. There was no sectarianism, there was no racism. They all had common ground in the fact that they had felt that they'd been failed by society. Now, there is an acknowledgement that a number of choices that they made has led to sort of some detrimental impact for them. But in terms of the general societal issues, they've all struggled for housing, struggled for employment, struggled for work. A lot of them have been involved in crime. A lot of them have been persecuted. A lot of them have been discriminated against. And it was sort of a really interesting program to work on, a really interesting program to be involved on. And I know I can speak personally, I got a lot out of it in terms of hearing their stories, their experiences. Like I said, some of the guys from Northern Ireland have been basically in trouble with the paramilitaries, have been shot. Um, some of the guys from sort of overseas have basically seen friends killed and blew up, etc. So there was two sort of groups who've been affected by trauma in two different parts of the world, which was amazing to basically hear about and learn, and so harrowing. But then, total 42 over the duration of the project. Again, what became quite apparent where we thought we were going to work with one consistent group is the Old Bank is our collaborative partner, which is basically a hostel stroke halfway house on the Crumlin Road. It has 24 beds, one crash bed, and we based our numbers off how many we would engage with that. But what we found was that a lot of the guys go to for temporary accommodation, so they could be there for 1 week, they could be there for 16 weeks. The vast majority of them would have been there for anything from the duration of a 6 to 8 week blocks, and it's normally when they're in the process of transferring between housing, or they've been removed from areas, or they've been some of the guys from the BME community have been subjected to sectarianism and racism and had to move out into temporary accommodation to escape it. So we had 45% PUL, 43% CNR, and 12% BME. 264 engagements. That's when you accumulate how many times they engaged in the different sort of sections of the program. And what we did was we encouraged them to check in, set goals, and reflect on the week. We were told on the Sunday a lot of the lads were basically staying off drink, staying off drugs, keeping themselves, keeping their heads clear so they could come and take part in our program because they were enjoying the fact that they had something to look forward to. These are guys who've, like I says, the system has failed them. They've, like I says, acknowledged the fact that they've made a number of choices which have helped contribute to the failure of themselves. But when you give them something to look forward to, you give them purpose, you give them direction, what we found was there was a lot of engagement, a lot of look forward to engagement, a lot of aspirations to come and take part in the programme. And we know a number of the lads who had moved on, the new housing, new schemes, new programmes were very, very grateful, and the feedback was fantastic from those guys. And we explored sectarianism and we explored racism. And I go back to the point that I highlighted. These guys, in terms of colour and creed, they had no sort of sectarianism or racism. These guys were basically highlighting that they're all shared classism. They were all basically felt rock bottom, felt like they've no access to services. A lot of them struggle to get on the benefit system because they've no fixed address. And they all had these shared issues, which basically brought them together. And then when you heard about the stories about the guys who've been in trouble in Northern Ireland and have been shot and have seen friends being shot, and then the guys from overseas who have basically witnessed their friends basically being killed, all that was basically shared camaraderie in terms of we've all been through the same stuff, just in different countries and different postcodes. We all have faced the shared issues, and we all face the same shared issues now. And for that, that built a really sort of good rapport between all of every single person that took part in the program. And our approach is fun and activity. We're not one of these organisations where we bring in the room and talk to you all the time. There was an element of that. There was workshops, guest speakers. We had counsellors come in. We had good relations facilitators. We had people come in to tell us about their story from outside, and then we shared all our stories. But we also brought them into the hall and did games around mini golf, indoor golf. The game here they're playing is basically a combination of our game called Capture the Flag, which is basically our good relations game, which talks about identity, the flag you're affiliated to, the flag that you just don't agree with, the flags that you do represent your community, the flag that you think is the nicest. And it engages a lot of conversation around mental health and emotional well-being, around good relations, around what impacts our culture, what makes us us. And like I said, we've submitted our surveys, but we always fundamentally go back to Girdwood as a shared space. And every single one of those guys would not have accessed Girdwood if it wasn't for a program like ours. We end up getting, I think, 6 of them end up joining the gym in Girdwood, JLL, which was a nice caveat and the benefit of the program. 100% of them, based on the surveys we have, improved attitudes to other cultures and religions, and 100% said it had a positive impact on their well-being. Warwick Edinburgh, we measured 100%. We made them feel good. We give them purpose. We give them direction. We give them something to look forward to, and we exceeded our own expectations. And it's also given us the platform to build a new program. We have to accept that we're not going to be working with a similar group. They will change, but what we can do is make sure when they're there that fully we're making sure that they fully benefit from the services available from TAMHI and also the wider community. And we brought, like I said, lots of guest speakers in from different services in the community to say, look, we're here. Here's how we can help you. With regard from the benefits office, with regard from mental health services, with a counsellor in, providing some counselling support. He went around to the centre and delivered some counselling sessions, which was brilliant. And like I says, we brought them out and the weather changed. We brought them out and started in the outdoor golf at Garwood first and foremost. We get some quotes like the hostel is more than just a bed for the night, it's a stepping stone to stability, a second chance for those in society often forgets, which was a nice sweet quote. We brought them up to Cliftonville, which was probably the funniest game of golf I've ever played. It was more like a game of hockey. But before coming here, I felt invisible. The place gave me just not just a roof, but a reason to keep going. The support and structure helped me believe in the future beyond crisis. As a former resident, said that for men coming to the justice system, this place is a difference between rebuilding their lives and falling through the cracks. That was one of the coordinators said that, and they were really, really complimentary of our program. The fact that we had them outdoors. He says they all got their polo t-shirts, which was a big thing. Now we, just to be clear, the old bank purchased the polo t-shirts, but it gave them that sense of distinguish sort of they're up at a golf course that they typically wouldn't be at because society prejudges them. We opened up that door, opened up that environment, brought them up, celebrate the take 5 steps for well-being. They were active, they were connecting. We were basically had a number of volunteers giving up our time. We were giving up our time. They had their volunteers from the bank giving up our time. We're connected fundamentally, and we took notice of the amazing sort of day that we had, which was we're blessed by on the 31st of March. And then one of the guys highlighted that brings communities together, and then no one plans to end up in crisis, but having a place to treat you with dignity and help helps you move forward. That was just some of the quotes. Like I says, we really enjoyed the program. We got out of the program, and we're grateful for the support. And we just want to say again, thank you to Belfast City Council, thank you to T-Buck and the Northern Executive for the support for this initiative. So, guys, thank you very much for your help. Thank you very much for your support. I hope this basically helps highlight the impact of this project.